My name is Olivia Hayes, and the moment that changed everything happened on a bright Saturday in Spokane, Washington, inside St. Mark's Cathedral. White roses everywhere, the smell of fresh coffee and cake, and my 3-year-old niece Emma in a tiny lace dress. My older sister Brooke raised her champagne flute, smiled that perfect fake smile, and said loud enough for half the pews to hear, "You're just jealous because I have everything." I looked her straight in the eye, calm as still water, and answered, "Actually, Brooke, I'm Emma's legal guardian now. Permanently." The whole room went silent. To understand how we got there, you have to go back 12 months, when love for my niece forced me to do the hardest thing I've ever done. I'm 32, a logistics coordinator at Pacific Northwest Freight, living in a small but paid-off condo on Spokane's South Hill. For 3 years I'd quietly paid for Emma's diapers, formula, doctor visits and daycare because Brooke kept losing jobs, cars, and boyfriends. Our mom, Diane, always said, "Family helps family live. You don't have kids, you can afford it." I could afford it, but I couldn't afford losing myself. The breaking point came the night Brooke asked me to sign a formal family support agreement her casino friend paralegal had drafted. She wanted me legally obligated to send $1,200 a month forever, framed as for Emma's college fund. When I said no, she laughed and said, "Fine. Then I'll just tell the court you've been supporting us so long you can't stop now. Detrimental reliance, they call it." That same week I found out Emma had been left alone in a hot car while Brooke was inside a bar. I drove straight to a family law attorney, Rebecca Torres, and laid out every bank transfer, text, and photo. Washington law is clear. A non-parent can petition for guardianship if they prove the parent is unfit, and the child will suffer without intervention. Rebecca said we had a strong case. 3 years of documented support showed my deep relationship with Emma, plus CPS reports of neglect. I stopped the money transfers the next day. Brooke screamed, "Mom, guilt-tripped," but I stayed focused on facts, not feelings. The court-appointed guardian ad litem visited, reviewed the evidence, and recommended temporary guardianship within weeks. Brooke fought it, but the judge saw the pattern. Missed medical appointments, unpaid rent, parties while Emma cried in the next room. 6 months later the court made it permanent, with supervised visitation and a requirement that Brooke complete parenting classes and stay sober. That brings us back to the baptism. Brooke had invited the whole family, hoping to look like the perfect mom. When she taunted me, I didn't yell. I simply handed her the final court order right there in God's house. She stared at the paper, then at Emma, who ran straight into my arms whispering, "Auntie Liv home now?" Brooke's shoulders dropped. For the first time I saw real tears. Not the dramatic kind she used for sympathy, but quiet ones. Later that afternoon, away from the crowd, she said the words I never expected. "I hate what I became. Thank you for loving her when I couldn't." We're not best friends. Mom and I still navigate careful boundaries. But every Sunday Emma and I FaceTime Brooke after her AA meeting. My niece is thriving, kindergarten, art classes, zero nightmares. I learned the hardest lesson of all. Real love sometimes says no so a child can say yes to a safer life. Setting boundaries didn't destroy our family. It finally gave it a chance to heal. And that, more than any court paper, is the victory I carry every single day.